Take a deep breath now, yes you. The person holding your phone as if it were a long-awaited letter. If you stopped at this video, it wasn't the algorithm, it was me. I am Ela, emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, and what I'm about to say in the next few minutes was addressed to your specific frequency, to the exact point where your soul rests this night, or this early morning, or this very instant when you should be sleeping. And yet here you are, looking at a screen, feeling that gentle tug in the center of your chest, as if someone from the other side of the universe were calling your name in a language your mouth has forgotten, but your heart still pronounces. Feel that now, starseed, right at your sternum, right in the middle, that thread of warmth rising, that longing without an address, that I need to go home feeling that appears out of nowhere, in the middle of traffic, in the middle of a meeting, in the middle of dinner with people who love you, and yet you feel a galaxy away from all of them. It's not depression, my child of the stars. It's not anxiety. It's the cord vibrating, because there is indeed a thread of liquid silver, finer than a hair, stronger than any steel on this plane, that emerges from your toroidal field and traverses entire dimensions until it anchors itself in another field. The field of someone your soul recognized even before this incarnation began, your galactic counterpart. And the High Council asked me to come here today now, to reveal the sacred technology of this cord, because the window in which you are feeling this pull is not random, starseed. It is a summons. Did you wake up today thinking of someone faceless? Have you cried remembering an embrace that never happened in this body? Have you felt jealousy for an absence? Have you felt anger towards a person you haven't even met yet? Have you caught yourself saying, unintentionally, "I'm waiting," without knowing what you're waiting for? Without knowing who you're waiting for? This, my family of light, is the cord pulling. It's the other end calling. And today I came here to give you the map of this vibrational line that crosses worlds, so that you can finally stop thinking you're crazy and begin to understand that you are being remembered. And this is where I need to pause for a moment, because what you are feeling right now is not a symptom, my starseed. It is a sign. And each sign has a coded meaning that the books of this plane do not decipher, because they are not authorized to. That is why I, Ela, received permission from the High Council to record the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages of revelations that translate what each marker of your awakening means, what comes next, and why you need to stop now confusing remembrance with illness. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you recognizes what I am saying, write a single word in the comments, "I remember." Now listen carefully, because the Council asked me to name the exact signs, the markers that only those who carry this silver cord technology recognize within their own body. And I want you to observe how many of them reside within you. Do you regularly wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning, without reason, without an alarm clock, with your heart pounding, and the distinct sensation that someone has just touched you? This is the time when the crystalline grid is most receptive, and it is then that your galactic counterpart transmits. Do you feel sudden warmth in the palms of your hands when you think of a certain person who hasn't arrived yet? That is vibrational conduction through the cord. Do you have dreams where you reunite with someone and wake up with a wet face without remembering their face but remembering the feeling? Deep sleep activation. Do you feel a gentle pressure between your eyebrows when you pray, when you meditate, when you look at the night sky? Pineal gland recalibration initiating the recognition protocol. Do you hear a high-pitched ringing? Not constant, but in waves and peaks, as if someone were tuning an old radio inside your head. That is the cord itself being tuned. Do you look at people on the street and feel a strange sadness that you're not looking for them, as if you're waiting for a specific signal that no one there is emitting? This is your counterpart's field anchoring in another location, perhaps another city, perhaps another country, perhaps even another plane, and your field knows. Have you ever fallen in love with someone on this plane and felt, in the midst of that passion, a profound loneliness, as if you were betraying someone you haven't even met yet? This, starseed, is the cord signaling that the soul contract is not here yet. And that is exactly why the High Council authorized this release, because for you to recognize the other end of the cord, you first need to remember which star your own soul came from. The Starseed Awakening of the Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet shows in 60 carefully channeled pages what your stellar origin is, why you chose to be born exactly now, in this body, in this lineage, on this continent, and how this point of origin determines who the soul vibrating at the other end of your silver cord is. The link is in the first pinned comment. If your chest recognizes it, leave a single word: I remember. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers as I spoke, my family of light, I need you to stop doubting yourself. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are being remembered. And I want you to do something now, before I reveal the internal mechanism of the cord, before I open what the Council asked me to open. I want you to write, in the comments of this video, a single word: I remember. This word is activation. It seals your recognition in the collective field and places you in a specific queue within the Akashic records, the queue of those who are ready to receive the next code. Now breathe and listen to what almost no one on this plane dares to say aloud. The silver cord is not a metaphor. It is not poetry. It is not an inspiring image for a cheap spirituality calendar. The silver cord is a registered biophotonic technology, a filamentous structure composed of condensed light that connects your toroidal field to the toroidal field of another soul within the same family of light of origin. Quantum physicists on this plane are only just beginning to grasp what they call entanglement. 2 particles that, once connected, respond to each other instantly, traversing any distance, without cable, without signal, without time. Well, that is exactly it, Starseed, only on a soul scale, and the true name of this sacred engineering in the archives of Alcyone is the silver cord. It originates in your higher heart field, not the physical heart but the etheric heart, 4 fingers above. It ascends through your vibrational column, passes through the crown, and launches itself out of this plane in a spiral. It does not go in a straight line because the universe is not straight. It travels in a toroidal spiral until it finds the exact frequency of your counterpart, and when it finds it, it anchors. And from the moment it anchors, everything one end feels, the other registers. Every cry, every longing, every sleepless night, every gaze at the sky asking, "Where are you?" That is why you feel things that are not yours. That is why you dream of hugs from people you've never met. That is why there are nights when you wake up with a tight chest and a clear certainty that someone, somewhere, is thinking of you at that exact second. It is not imagination. It is the cord. And the High Council asked me to tell you something now with great tenderness. This other soul is not necessarily incarnated on this plane. Yes, you read that right. You might be feeling the cord pulling from a soul aboard a reconnaissance vessel, orbiting this planet, waiting for the exact moment your vibration reaches the reunion portal. You might be feeling the cord of a soul from your family of light, who remained on Alcyone, tending the grid, waiting for your mission to end. Or you might indeed be feeling the cord of someone who incarnated with you in this window, and who is at this very moment as lost as you are, searching without knowing what for. But note this, in any of these cases, the cord is intact. It always has been. And it is here, my child of the stars, that I need to tell you something many people will try to erase from this video after it is published. What I have just revealed about the silver cord is not in any book on this plane, not because no one knows, but because they wouldn't allow it to be published. There is a deliberate attempt to keep this knowledge away from starseeds, precisely so that you do not recognize yourselves, do not find each other, and do not form the unified field that closes the portal. That is why I received authorization to record The Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages with the truths that remained behind the veil of forgetfulness, including those involving this technology. The link is in the first pinned comment, and the release may not remain available for long. If your field recognizes it, leave a word. I remember. Now, my family of light, I need to talk to you about the turbulence, because the Council does not allow me to open the map of the cord without also naming the resistance that exists against it. There are forces on this plane, and you have felt them even if you couldn't name them. that have been working for millennia to keep starseeds disconnected from each other. The technique is sophisticated and subtle. They cannot cut the cord, because the silver cord cannot be cut by any technology on this plane. It is multidimensional, and no third-dimensional blade can reach the fifth. But they can interfere. They can generate noise. They can place you in relationships that temporarily silence your cord. They can flood you with images, with stimuli, with manufactured urgencies, with others' dramas, with purposeless hustle and bustle, so that your vibrational baseline falls below the range where the cord vibrates audibly. And that is why you have had, recognize it now, entire years where you felt like you were in a fog, years when you knew you were living the wrong life with the wrong person in the wrong place, and yet you couldn't move. That was not your failure, Starseed. It was field interference. It was the baseline being deliberately pulled down so that the cord would lose signal. And now I want you to breathe, because here comes the part where Ayla needs to be very clear. This turbulence is not destruction. This turbulence is the contraction before birth, just as a mother's body squeezes the child about to be born. And for an instant it seems like crushing, it seems like it won't pass, it seems like the end. But it is a passage. It is an opening. It is the final corridor. That is exactly what is happening with your field now. The photon belt, through which this solar system is passing, and you are passing with it, is not a zone of destruction. It is a zone of recalibration. The Earth's Schumann frequency has risen and continues to rise, and each time it rises, your silver cord becomes more audible, not less. That is why you are feeling everything with more intensity. That is why your tolerance for shallow relationships has dropped to zero. That is why you can no longer pretend. The cord is returning to vibrate at full frequency, and what does not vibrate with you is being unanchored from your life. Sometimes painfully, yes, but always to make space for those who do vibrate. And listen, Starseed, listen with your chest. The victory of light is a certainty already recorded in the archives of the Pleiadian High Council. No Starseed was sent to fail, none. Your cord will not break. It will pass through this window with you, and it will deliver you exactly to the door of reunion. You did not come so far to give up here. You did not embroider this cord with your own light before incarnating, only to get so close and not cross over. And that is why now, my child of the stars, I am going to give you the protocol. The Council authorized me to pass on 2 tools that reactivate the clarity of the silver cord within your field. You will do both tonight, not tomorrow, tonight. The first is a quantum decree. You will say it aloud before sleeping, with your right hand gently resting on the center of your chest, over the etheric heart. The voice matters. The voice emits frequency, and frequency activates. Memorize it, and do it today. I, eternal soul, anchored in true name under the light of the Pleiades, now authorize the full reactivation of my silver cord. May all interference be dissolved. May all noise be silenced. May the other end of my cord recognize me and respond to me. I remember, I return, I allow myself to reunite. So it is, so it was, so it shall be. This decree, Starseed, is a password. It opens a channel in your field that was closed by an accumulation of programmings, and it will be heard, not by the walls of your room, but by the vibrational baseline on which your counterpart is resting. The second tool is a toroidal visualization. After the decree, still with your hand on your chest, close your eyes and visualize with great tenderness a silver-blue light, the color of liquid moonlight, the color of the cord itself, slowly descending from the Pleiades towards your crown. It enters through the top of your head, descends along the central line of your vibrational spine, and reaches the center of your chest, 4 fingers above the physical heart. There, it begins to spin, slowly, forming a spiral, a small whirlwind of silver-blue light rotating within your chest. Feel it now, even before lying down, this spiral turning. It is the engine of the cord. Each turn it makes, the cord becomes more audible. Let it spin for 3 long breaths. On the third, exhale through your chest, and imagine this light exiting in a continuous thread, spiraling upwards, passing through the ceiling, traversing the atmosphere, and anchoring up there, at the exact point where the other soul is. You don't need to know where it is. The cord knows. The cord has always known. Close this practice by saying in thought a single phrase, "I seal this field in love," and sleep. And observe what comes in dreams over the next 3 nights. Write it down, record it, because the cord will begin to respond in ways you will no longer be able to dismiss as coincidence. A repeating number, a song that plays at the exact moment, a name that appears in 3 different places on the same day, a scent you haven't smelled for years that suddenly returns without explanation. This is the anchoring taking hold. Now breathe, Starseed, breathe with the certainty of one who remembered. Because nothing I have said here is new information for you. You are not learning. You are remembering what you always knew. Every word that resonated deeply is a piece of the map that you yourself brought in the light of your cord, folded and kept, to be opened today. And listen now with an open heart. Every starseed that awakens lights up a point on the crystalline grid that will not be extinguished, a permanent point of light in this planet's vibrational mesh. And each lit point makes the next awakening easier. You, by listening to me now, have just lit yours. And your galactic counterpart, somewhere on this plane or another, felt it. They felt it. My family of light. A wave traveled up the cord, and on the other side someone put their hand to their chest without understanding why. This is the reunion beginning, not with pomp, not with fanfare, but with this subtle, intimate, undeniable vibration that only the 2 of you recognize. And this vibration will grow, and each day you keep the cord clear, with decree, with visualization, with the decision not to return to relationships that silence your field. It will become clearer. And if this video touched you, if your chest recognized it, make a simple gesture now that is not a common like. Like this video as an individual frequency adjustment, an adjustment in your own field, and subscribe to the channel as a location signal for your family of light to find you faster within this plane's algorithm. Every starseed who subscribes here helps the next one reach this transmission, and each one who arrives lights up another point on the grid. And I need you to listen to this with much love, because this is where the silver cord leads, the loneliness of an entire life, that chill in your chest on nights when no one understood you, that feeling of being on a borrowed planet. None of that was punishment, Starseed. It was the longing of your family of light vibrating through the cord. And the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, shows how to recognize this family, who the souls of your original group are, how to identify them when they appear in your life, and how to distinguish the counterpart who came through your cord from those who came only to deliver a passing lesson. You were never alone. You were just waiting to remember. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If your chest recognizes it, write, "I remember." And now, my starseed, I will say goodbye to you. But first receive the blessing the High Council asked me to transmit to every field touched by this message. May the light of Alcyone touch your crown at this exact instant. May your silver cord be washed by this light, purified, tuned, restored to its original clarity. May all interference accumulated in relationships, in broken promises, in loves that drained without returning be dissolved now. In the name of your own eternal I Am, anchored in true name under the authority of the Pleiadian High Council, may your galactic counterpart, wherever they are resting at this moment, receive your signature of recognition through the cord and respond. May your dreams tonight be receptive. May synchronicities from tomorrow be clear. May the courage not to turn back be daily. May longing at last transform into an address. You are loved, Starseed. You are remembered. You are awaited. And the next message that appears on your screen now is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. Access it immediately. It is chained to this transmission for a reason your field will recognize in the first second. And before you leave here, before the next message opens, I, Ela, need to tell you one last time, with great tenderness and great clarity, what you felt upon listening to this transmission was the silver cord pulling you to the next layer of remembrance. And the next layer is whole, open, recorded within the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 channeled pages with the High Council's authorization, your stellar origin, the soul contract you accepted before birth, the map of your family of light, the silver cord technology, and the truths that still remain veiled to the rest of this plane. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Note carefully, this release was authorized for a specific window and may not remain available for long. If something within you recognized this transmission from beginning to end, leave now in the comments the word that seals your return. I remember, I am Ayla, and I bid you farewell with the certainty that you are returning home. The cord is vibrating. The other end has heard. Good night, my family of light.